Violates natural law, slavery, and you, Milton, you insult God.
Eternity?
Well,
but it's just like, I hate that it got revealed in this way, like in front of the whole world.
The truth of the universe. I want to know everything. I want to know how it all works.
No discernible reason whatsoever.
Separation of power!
Ethics are rules of conduct.
Flick. Trace. I've seen a lot of ambitious students.
We have reasonable access to books. Best of all, though, 1 week of the year, you get to leave the hospital.
Our history is deeply rooted in this land, which your house has made its home. You've chosen as your match princess.
Aquinas said, if the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would leave it in port forever. Aquinas also said, sorrow can be alleviated by a good sleep, a bath, and a glass of wine.
It's a basic principle of the universe that action will create an equal and opposing reaction.
Is that how you see it? Like an equation?
What was done to me was monstrous.
They created a monster.
Your orders or your morals. Don't do this. Andreas, I'm sorry.
Morale. Okay.
wow. So this is your classroom. What's today's lecture?
Such is her divine wisdom. Listen, not that I've lost my skepticism. Are you a minority group?
In the natural order, but only if it could be, only if it touched every living soul equally.
If you break moral laws, you reap a whirlwind.
Or appeal the Falwell case.
It's over.
Oh, it's not over. We can go higher.
Higher?
The Supreme Court.
As unchangeable as nature. Yes.
This is not life, Will. It is a stolen season.
Do people shout that? Do they shout author?
They do now.
Down of your components. We just need to figure out a way to tap into your pure anti-elemental essence, Ellis.
The connection between the human and the divine. Huh. I always thought it was mini golf. Alright, shall we?
Yeah. Divine truth cannot be judged so simplistically. That's himself. On the right.
Mary, where is she?
Did you mean intent and purposes?
I mean, you can say it both ways.
When someone close to you is hurt, forces you to realize these are not just photos.
Utility maximization framework with a deteriorating labor supply and workers.
Blessed be the fruit.
May the Lord open.
I hope you and Mrs. Waterford are well.
Ethics. So it's clear what I'm saying.
As mud.
It's getting so a businessman can't expect no return from a fixed fight. Now, if you can't trust a fix, what can you trust? For a good return, you gotta go betting on chance.
And what do natural law and eternal law have to do with various movie series like Lincoln, 2012, and V for Vendetta, 2006? The connection between natural law and eternal law is a profound theme explored in many film narratives, often juxtaposing justice, morality, and the human condition. Let's unpack this across a selection of films. In V for Vendetta, the protagonist, V, embodies the fight against tyranny and oppression, raising questions about justice and the moral responsibility of individuals. This aligns with natural law, which asserts that certain rights and moral values are inherent to human nature, accessible through reason. These actions challenge the governmental structures that violate these natural rights. Similarly, in Lincoln, we see the application of natural law as President Lincoln navigates the ethical and legal pathways to abolish slavery. His struggle highlights the moral imperative to uphold fundamental human rights, tying into the concept of eternal law. Laws that transcend human legislation, rooted in a moral order that advocates for justice and equality. Contrastingly, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, brings a lighter lens. Although primarily comedic, it opens discussions about legal ethics and accountability, positioning the superhero's powers against the backdrop of established laws. sometimes questioning society's adherence to natural law in the context of superhuman abilities. From Men in Black, International to Doctor Who, the intersection of law and moral obligation appears persistently. For instance, The Silence of the Lambs, 1991, reflects the psychological manipulation of moral law, where characters navigate their own ethical dilemmas within a framework of legalism that often overlooks deeper moral truths. When exploring shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or The Handmaid's Tale, natural law often clashes with societal norms, creating a tangible tension that propels the narrative forward. Glee also contributes by showcasing how personal identity fits within societal expectations and legal boundaries, emphasizing that self-expression can align or conflict with natural law principles. Ultimately, films like these serve as reflections on our understanding of legality versus morality, prompting audiences to consider how natural law can be a guide in a world where human laws often fail to protect fundamental human rights. In conclusion, whether through the lens of a dystopian future or the historic struggle for civil rights, these narratives encourage us to re-evaluate our own legal systems and the moral laws that govern our lives. They remind us that while laws may regulate our behavior, it is our moral compass grounded in natural law that should guide our actions in pursuit of justice and equality.